All right, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to Trident Shield's Top 10 Holiday or New Year's Eve Safety Tips. I want everyone to go out there and have an awesome, epic time, hook up, do whatever it is that makes you happy, and make it home in one piece. So this is going to be a quick, down and dirty one. I've got 10 things to help you make it home and live your life to the fullest at the same time. So one, plan out your night. All right. Know the neighborhood you're going to, know the place you're going to, know the type of event you're going to, and the risks associated with each one. So, for example, if you're going to a house party, that's very different than going to Times Square. I don't know why people want to put on diapers and, pee all over themselves in Times Square, but some people do. And, understand the complications that come with that. 2, fully charge your phone. That's your lifeline. Most people don't even have 3 phone numbers memorized anymore. That's just a sad state of the world today where we can't even remember, simple phone numbers, but that is your lifeline. And we're going to talk about an app that you should have on there that you're going to want your phone to be charged for. 3, know your neighborhood, okay? Some neighborhoods are safer than others. Right? Just understand that if you're going to a club and it's in a rough part of town and you're going to be walking outside at 2:00 at night after you've had a few, that can be problematic. This is part of, also goes back to part 1. Make sure when you're planning your night, you know how you're getting home. All right. If you're going to Uber, take public transportation, limo, whatever it is, make sure you know and you stick to your plan. Now, obviously, you're having a good time, targets of opportunity come up and you end up hooking up, great. Just make sure you check out with one, and we have some safety tips further down the line here that'll help you with that. So, again, knowing your neighborhood and knowing the risks and the types of crime that go on there is huge, as well as, going someplace where there's a police presence is a huge help. The next one is 4, stay aware. The more we drink and, other substances you take, the more your situational awareness leaves you. So it's pretty hard to be situationally aware when you're blasted. So again, understand that your situational awareness is going to decrease and your reaction time is going to decrease, and you're going to have to plan accordingly. Okay. So I recommend that, you have a great time, that, and you do, live the life that you want to live, but just understand that you're going to have to plan and go to a place where you feel safe that you can do that. Take photos, which back in the day, nobody had, cameras and selfies on their phone or any of that stuff. So now that's not so much of a problem. And that's for the date rape drugs, that you document who you were with, just in case you can figure out who might have slipped you what if something bad should happen there. Travel safely. Okay, so number 5 is travel safely. Travel safely, what do I mean by that? I mean, try to get where you're going by 11 o'clock at night. The longer the night goes on, the more drunk drivers you're going to have on the road. In big cities, this isn't so much of a problem, except for where you're really at risk in the big cities actually is a little bit different than in the rural setting. In big cities, you're really at risk for somebody, hitting you in a crosswalk, coming up on the sidewalk and taking you out. These are non-terrorism things. These are just, drunk drivers and the risk of that. Active drivers and active shooters and all that stuff is a little different, obviously. And in the rural county, you get, in, those types of settings, staying on the road, there's no shoulder, particularly where I'm at in Virginia right now, there's no shoulder, there's nowhere to go. If someone crosses over the line, you're either going off the road down into a ditch or down the side of a mountain or into a tree, or you're going to hit them head on. And that's why I really recommend getting off the roads before 11, staying where you're going to stay, plan it accordingly so that, you can get there, because these roads get crazy the further the night goes on. All right. And again, that's also, be alert again when you're walking in crosswalks and on sidewalks. Number 6, arm yourself, arm yourself legally. All right. This basically means that, hey, if you're licensed to carry and you're not going to drink, nowhere, you can't drink anywhere out in public and have a firearm. You lose your right to carry when you start drinking. So, again, there are other options. If you have a knife on you, a tactical pen, a tactical flashlight, pepper spray, whatever it is, have a secondary weapon system because these are your primary weapon systems, right? So have a secondary weapon system that you can use, if you get yourself in some trouble. Use the buddy system. You can avoid so much trouble with the buddy system, particularly you ladies. And I wish we didn't have to separate it out to guys and gals. But even with guys stumbling out of bars get mugged all the time. They get separated. They're betting, they were being a wingman, and their buddy hooked up and went home with a girl, and they're walking home and they get themselves in some serious trouble by doing that because they didn't plan accordingly. When you use the buddy system, girls, come up with like a code name or phrase saying, hey, listen, I'm coming with you, home with you, unless I say Casper the Friendly Ghost or whatever the heck is your things, going. I know things happen and situations change, and maybe you hook up with your boyfriend you haven't seen in a long time, or your ex, or whatever, but just make sure that it's by your choice. Date rape drugs are real. We've had multiple people around us get hit with them, and it's pretty scary stuff. If you don't have a buddy system, or even if you do, the next is use a group tracking app like Life 360. It's absolutely phenomenal app. It allows you to see where everyone in your group is. If you get in trouble, you can hit the button and it sends a panic alert to all of them. It emails them, calls them, texts them. It's a really great app. Life 360 app. I can't say enough good about it. It's just phenomenal. And it'll let you know they got home, and it'll let you see where they're at, and it's just phenomenal, okay? But again, it's useless if you didn't listen to point 2, which is fully charge your phone, okay? The next is watch your drinks. Again, these date rape drugs are real. We've had, friends of ours who have been victimized, and we had a father who went to a concert festival, big country concert festival, and his daughters went and ordered a whole bunch of drinks, came back, these are just beers, and he got the spiked drink out of all of them, and he lost like 12 hours. He had 2 beers, didn't remember 12 hours. So, my friends that are still on BPD and the investigative, unit, they're, sex crimes and date rape crimes and drugging crimes are constant. So again, really watch your drink. If you're not watching the bartender pour it, don't leave it around. If it doesn't open it, if you go to these house parties, these frat parties, you don't know what they put in their drinks and all that other stuff. So again, be smart. You open it, or, watch them open it, make sure nothing goes in there. And I know there were some products out there that was going to be like fingernail polish that you can put in there, but they've got, straws that change and all that stuff. I know it's too late to go do that, but, just be thinking about it, okay? And that's where the buddy system will overcome a lot of these challenges, okay? And then the last one is use your active planning skill. Anyone who's trained with us knows the skill of active planning. I call that the Jason Bourne skill, the if this, then that. So it's basically when you're walking into a place, you start assessing your environment. Where are the doors? Where, am I on the first floor? Am I on the 12th floor? Am I able to, if I can't get to a door, can I break out a window and jump out, or am I too high? Where would I go to barricade if, something bad should happen, like an active shooter or, a big brawl or something like that, and I need to get out of there. Where are my ambush points? If I had to fight for my life with my secondary weapon system, where would I go to do that? Where are if you're outside and you're, watching, First Night in Boston or New York or wherever, and, there's cars by there and vehicles can be used as a weapon. Are you positioned by a stairwell where you can climb up and change altitude and get out of there, or in between buildings in an alley to make sure that you're safe, that you can tuck in there, or bollards, which are those concrete and steel pillars that come up that you can hide behind that really make a great barricade. So again, those are just our top 10 safety lists. So plan out your night. Fully charge your phone, know your neighborhood, stay aware, travel safely, arm yourself, use the buddy system, use a group tracking app, watch your drinks, and use your active planning skill. That's all I got for you. So, hey, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have an amazing, awesome night. I hope it's everything you want it to be. And I hope you had a great 2019 and have an epic 2020. Trident Shield.